EC Dub, Tommy Dreamer, Pit Bulls versus Bruise Brothers, Brian Lee. We're fighting on Queens Boulevard. We take the fight outside. Everyone's, chanting ECW, ECW. All of a sudden, here comes a double-decker bus. And middle of Queens Boulevard, which is a very active road, I tell Brian Lee, throw me in it. And he goes, what? I go, throw me into it. And this is a moving bus. I hit the side of it. I bang off the side. You have no clue how much your body shoots away when you get hit by a bus doing it. You have no clue how your body gets thrown when you're hit by a bus between 15, 20 miles an hour. I roll a couple times on the middle of Queens Boulevard. There's hundreds of people outside. And there's no ECW chance. And there was, at that same time, the Pitbulls went up and started fighting and throwing the Bruise Brothers into vans. Brian Lee puts his foot on my throat and he's like, you dumb motherfucker, you just threw yourself into a bus and nobody saw it. The cameraman never even went and saw it.
Oh, God.
So he just picks me up and we're laughing, whatever. So we do all this crazy stuff outside, bring the fight back into the building. Have the match, whatever. The next couple of days, this is when Rudy Giuliani was the mayor. The mayor's office is calling because we destroyed 2 city benches and 2 city trucks. And they're looking for Tommy Dreamer. And I'm on the phone. I'm like, I will get to the bottom of this, sir. It was Giuliani's people. So anyway, here's the whole why my parents hated it. So my mom, my grandmother's brother, so he'd be my great uncle Frank, and his wife, Aunt Eileen, are driving down Queens Boulevard, and they see me get thrown into a bus.
Oh, God.
Now, no cell phones.
No.
And they can't get to me because of all these people. So they call my grandparents. And they say, we saw Tommy get hit by a bus. And we know it's Tommy. Then my grandparents call my house. And it's my parents, and they're like, Aunt Eileen, Uncle Frank, they saw Tommy get hit by a bus and there was a wrestling show, whatever. I go out that night afterwards. I come home, it's 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And no matter what happens in your life, when you still revert to a kid who knows he's going to be in trouble. I'll never forget rounding the curb to my block and I see the lights are on, every light. And I'm like, something's up. So I park my car. As soon as I get out of the car, my mother's there. What happened? What happened? And my father's there. We heard you got hit by a bus. And I was like, oh, yeah. Well, I kind of did, but it was in wrestling. I hate this stuff. Forget it. Just goes right back upstairs. It's 4 a.m. Right? And then my father, who was very, very calm and nice like me, and he's just like, okay, tell me what happened. I was like, oh, wrestling, and then there was a bus and I got thrown into it. He's like, could you please? And then he tells me the whole story. He's like, the whole family's been worried, sick about you. Can you please not get thrown in front of a bus in this wrestling? And I was like, okay, Dad, I won't.
Wrestling is life. Wrestling is life. Wrestling is life. Is wrestling.